Welcome to round 10, the men's Supa-Liga, with Perth AFC versus Perth Pumas FC. AFC in the purple and Pumas in the red. Team list for tonight for both teams will be, for AFC we have Canwell Singh in goals. He's been doing very, very well. With Adrian Roth, 66, we haven't seen in a little while. Giovanni Buccolo, number 4. Benjamin O'Brien, number 2. Kimmy Yip, number 6. Danilo Neves, number 5. Noah DeJesus, number 11. And Ron Yip, 24. For the Pumas, we have Darragh Lachlan. We have number 9, Leon Gubbings. Number 5, Finlay Alexander. Number 8 in goals, surprisingly, Amar Jahel. Number 36, Roy Wilkinson. Number 32, Bennett Vesey. Number 26, Tony Almachuk. Number 15, Riyased Abdat. If you see Jahel in goals, he's not usually there. Must be a lack of goalkeepers tonight. But the introduction of young players for the Pumas has been very, very exciting. It's helped them out quite a bit. It's helped them score a few goals. Gubbings, be impressed. Vesey tries to play first time. Neves, Wilkinson picks it up. As O'Loughlin. Decent opportunity there. Coach Gordon Tiong is loving that start. Buccolo now to Neves, down the line, trying to find Roth. Wilkinson to Vesey. O'Loughlin trying to get past here, but couldn't quite do so. Yeah, but long ball, trying to find Buccolo, but miscommunication. They give us thumbs up though for the effort. Gubbings does want to give the ball. Vesey. Pumas get away with that one and managed to keep possession of the ball. O'Loughlin. Oh, Gubbings nearly found O'Loughlin there, but I don't think O'Loughlin expected that to come through to him. Buccolo, long ball, finds Roth, who tries to bring it down, but Vesey clears. It'll be a side ball. Roth plays all the way back to Buccolo. Neves, good first touch and a shot, and a great shot from Neves. Amar Jahel was stuck there thinking, what just happened? Just watch the one back in the replay. And you see there, good first touch from Neves and a good shot there. And Jahel blindsided from that and straight into fly keeper for the Pumas. I mean, makes sense. Jahel is a outfield player. So maybe the fly keeper will benefit them quite a bit. Stop the momentum of AFC.
This is exactly what we expected to see, with Perth Pumas deciding to go to fifth man in every situation that they can, especially without their goalkeepers in tonight, using Amar as much as possible out on the court. So I'm sure this is what we're going to see most of the match, is fly keeper. And it's Amar now who winds up on the flank, and he's got a bit of work this game for this transition. He's going to have to be going back and forth. It's been a good read there from AFC, but it's fallen in the favour of Perth Pumas. And it looks like it's going to be number 5, Finlay Alexander, running the show from the back today. Jahel had almost made the save on that one, but he's parried it back into his own goal. It's unlucky. Shots from distance like that is going to see Amar get tested quite a bit today.
Yeah, unfortunate for Amar. He made the save. He did his best to make the save, but we've got to give credit to him. He's not a keeper. And it's very unfortunate that Rain Tran and Ignachenko aren't available tonight, as the two goals conceded could have easily been saved by a proper keeper. Well, in my opinion.
And saying that, you've got Gordon Young as the coach today for Pumas, but I've seen him pull on a fly keeper shirt before and actually be very good in goals. But it's interesting to see that he's chosen not to have his expertise on the court today, but rather as the coach.
Every time I don't see Gordon Young in a shirt, oh my God! And what a great shot there behind the top right corner. Which, I mean, oh my God, it's surprised me because that was such a good shot.
Sorry, I was taken with every time you've not seen Gordon Young in a shirt and then there was a goal.
I'll get back to that in a moment.
You'll have to get back and explain yourself, definitely.
Let me look at this goal from Nevers.
Very nice goal.
That angle was just minuscule. Look, I have to rephrase. As much as I love seeing Gordon Young without a shirt on, I mean without a pure shirt on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's get that clarity there. So good passage of play here for Pumas, and that one from Wilkinson, the touch too much out in front. Gordon Young scream, he scared me. Yeah, Young really wanting his team to react there and step up and press. You can hear that in the urgency of his voice. Pumas have made it through here. Great save there from the keeper from AFC, keeping that score.
I see a new player for AFC in Ron Yip. I think actually someone did Jesus. Maybe he's played a game before, but I don't think I've seen Ron Yip before.
No, given the last name must be Kim Yip's brother.
He's done well there to get out of the pressure. O'Brien could not get his shot right. Puts his hand up as he knows he should have done that better. John Gulich, I know you're Ben O'Brien's #1 fan, and you won't be happy with that one. Oh, vital touch there from, I think, Roth, who I haven't seen in quite a while play for the AFC, but it's good to see him back. Set it off, man! Amaja held back out now for fly keeper. Obviously, AFC defending in a diamond shape. Transitioning well. Good ball to find Vesey, who O'Brien intercepts. Some news on AFC, which I don't know if you've seen, Annie, that Rob Caruso is going to be the men's coach for next season. Yeah, very exciting news coming out there. We do know Rob Caruso. We've seen him coach women's sides before. Yes. He's currently coaching in the State League women's side, so he's got good experience there. He's going to bring that into the men's side next season, which will be very exciting. Oh, most definitely. Right, time out now for the Perth Pumas. And we'll be back after a short ad break. Tony Armachok now on for the Pumas. And Pumas pressing well, which caused a turnover there.
So I was listening into the timeout talk from Gordon Tiong to his Perth Pumas side, and most of it was in and around how to keep possession in fly keeper. Now, his main concern was that his flankers were panicking under pressure on the ball, and he said that his team is good enough to be able to be dribbling with the ball from that flank position, even into the fixo space. So it's a good message that we've seen from the side. There's 2 whistles blown by the referee there, indicating that there's been a ball that's gone out on the far side. I believe it might be the corner there now taken. Alexander playing, as we mentioned earlier, in that fixo space, dictating the play today in the fly keeper. Jahel standing still on the left flank, flat-footed, not even looking to move forward either, so he's not making it easy for Alexander there.
Jahel's finally moved back to his own goal off the screen.
Yeah, he's read there that they're about to lose possession, and they have now AFC progress forward, and dispossessed by Wilkinson. And Wilkinson's back roll missing its target, and there's a shot off target on this situation.
All Ross needed to do was get on target and would have a decent opportunity. Although Jahel coming back out. Oh, great play there from Abdat. But
that's done very well, but there's a lot of strength given from the number 11, Jesus, there to push him off balance. But Coach Tiong here was giving the message for Wilkinson to hold the ball and wait for everyone to get into position, and then there was a forced pass down the side. So
it'll be worth it if they score from this. Well, maybe not with that touch, but
we're also hearing the call of patience, and Olmachuk's just given that one away. So they not seem to be listening too much to the calls of Tiong on this situations in fly keeper at the moment.
It's always the way. As soon as you call something, the team does the opposite.
It's very different out on the court under the pressure of another player pressing you. And you think you know better in the situation. So
yeah, apologies if you can hear Tiong just screaming, very passionate man. Although his team aren't setting up the way he would like them to. Alexander now to Jahel. Jahel across to Armachuk. Armachuk forcing that one.
From Jesus, so it was just kicked that one away. I mean, he could have and should have had it more on target there.
He should have, but Pumas should not be forcing the ball through the middle while playing fly keeper. You have an empty net. You need Jahel screaming to keep it. Jahel wants the ball. Alexander. Shot there from Jahel, trying to find Gummings in the back post.
It's like really hard to hear commentating
Ball given away now because Jahel couldn't touch it the second time. I mean, I'm sure they're not used to Jahel in a keeper's shirt, so we just decided to give it back. Yep, Roth, Bukola. Actually playing well. Sorry.
I think here it's AFC that's trying their best to keep this lead, because whoever's the loser of this today basically will be the wooden spoon of the men's Supa-Liga this season. And that looks like in this situation it's going to be Perth Pumas. Now that's very interesting considering they had such a good run last season. Although what they have done this season is bring up a lot of their younger players to give them experience, as we can see in Finlay Alexander on the court. He's a young one that's just come through. Dare O'Loughlin, Leon Gubbings, and also the goalkeeper who's not here tonight, in Raiden Tran. So they've brought up a lot of their under-20s players from last season to get their first experiences in men's Supa-Liga this winter. It's not a bad way to go in the winter season.
No, but like, even some of those also had, like, against Phoenix, I think it finished by a goal or two.
Yeah, and last weekend they managed to draw with Condors, and it was very unlucky that they ended up conceding at the dying moments of the game there as well. So they've had some good results throughout the season, but it's good that the Pumas have decided to try and breed in some of these new younger players in preparation for the big summer season that we're anticipating. Some big players coming in.
Almachuk picks that up, has a shot deflected, and Abdat scores. Apologies, didn't mean to interrupt you there, Leyland.
Nope, all good.
Although the goal has been taken with the shot. What time back on the replay? Came in the blind spot. Good opportunity. Good save by Singh initially, but the rebound landed for a not easy finish. Yeah, but I'll be curious to see if Gordon Tiong comes out of retirement next season.
Yeah, he might be back. He's been playing in the men's Supa-Liga B quite frequently and doing well for himself there. He might even be one of the top goal scorers in the league there.
And when Kevin Bunselli, who's taking a break to play outdoor currently, well, I think he's injured currently, which is very unfortunate for him. But he might be a name back next season for the summer as well.
Yeah, it'd be good for the Pumas to try and bring in some of their old experienced players. There's a timeout that's been called there. But we're just talking about the coming back of maybe someone like Kevin Punselli. That would be great leadership on the court for some of these young players.
Most definitely.
And once they've got this season under their belt, we could potentially see next season some more consistent results and performances from those players.
Which you would hope so. Obviously, Tiong's gone through, as you can see, his little team talk. Let me just have a quick listen.
But as everyone's knowing that next season's going to see quite a few new clubs joining in as well for the men's Supa-Liga season, it may see a big turnover of players as well, choosing which club they're going to be playing for or potentially transferring in the coming weeks.
You know, that's very true. I'm curious to see, with these new clubs going in, who players play for? Because I know there've been a few players that have jeweled up different clubs and such, but in the introduction of a few new clubs that I'm sure will be announced near this upcoming summer season.
Yeah, so there'll be exciting announcements coming up soon, the next following weeks. I believe it'll be in and around when the final series is about to commence in the men's Supa-Liga. We should hear some of those clubs. But you may have already seen it on social media with those clubs announcing that they're coming over. It was Sterling Brazza that was just last week that they've made very obvious that they're going to be signing up for next season. And they've got quite a few players like Moreno Capello, who'll have to make some decisions. Nixon from West Coast Cobras as well is another one that has played for Sterling in the past.
I think it's just all Cobras play there.
There's quite a few of the Cobras players, but a few others as well. So there'll be some tough decisions to be made by those players. And it'll be interesting to see what those clubs can retain. And there we see Bennett Vesey score another one for the Perth Pumas. Now they have done very well to get themselves back into the game. 3-2 now. A good timeout call from the coach to be able to critique some of those minor details to be able to get back and get the goal there. But it's Perth AFC, never say die attitude on that far side. It's Gubbings. Gubbings who's bringing that press from the front, and Jahel with his save, and he's happy with that. You can see it on the stream, arms up, strength pose.
Was he going to be careful not to concede an easy now, or that'll be a bit embarrassing for the man? But usually Pumas have been the ones going up, then, losing the leads in front, but it's good to see them come back up. It shows their mentality. It must have been one team talk from Gordon to get him back on.
Yeah, well, we've seen it in previous matches where Perth Pumas have been down, but have come back into those games and scored a few for themselves, so they are more than capable. They're not one of those teams that can suddenly concede and then, floodgates open and that's the end of the match for them. They continue to work hard, the mistakes they forget and move on from and try and get themselves more goals. We've seen that now.
Definitely right. If the Pumas can score one and the game, half-time comes it being equal, it's going to be big mentality. Look, I can't think of the right word to use. It's going to be a good short mentality to see which team can then recover, because AFC will go from being 3-0 up to 3-0 down, unless Jahel, the super keeper, with another save. You can see the big smile on his face if you zoom in on the live stream.
No, that was good move and control there from Neves. We're down on this flank now. He was a late signing in the season for AFC. He was absolutely phenomenal in the summer season for his side. I believe he was one of their top players in contention for the league MVP in the summer season. But he didn't start this season for them. He had a bit of a hiatus. I'm not sure what his story is, but he got back into the swing of things a few rounds back, and it's been good for AFC to have that.
Maybe the announcement of Rob Caruso's got him back into the game.
Potentially. I mean, I'm wondering if next season we'll see the likes of Ben Thorpe and Caleb Scott come back into it, because those two were great for the side last season, and they were playing in the 20s competition as well and killing it there. So let's see what Rob Caruso can put together.
Well, I'm curious as well that if AFC do bring across their women's side, because I know he coached them. Will he be a man that coaches both teams, or will the delegation for the women's team go elsewhere?
I believe the intent is that they're going to have a good women's side. They have brought women's sides out in the past, but not here in the Supa-Liga, so it'll be good for the women's game having them. And it'll be hard for Caruso to not coach two sides, I think, because he does dedicate a lot of his time to the women's game.
Oh, he definitely does. Neves trying to get down. Couldn't quite get his last touch right, but Lachlan gets his foot on it. Neves with the side ball. To Bacolo. Left-footed shot as... Jahel. Nearly slipped out of your hands. I was about to say, Bacolo scored a banger a few weeks ago, which made goal of the round. Jahel got very lucky with that one, tried to caress it in his hands, and it slipped off out of his hands onto the post. Again, they're going to persist with fly keeper to try and slow down momentum of the game. Young's wanting Jahel to sneak higher.
So it's good to see that Perth AFC have managed to put out a strong side today after a forfeit last week, and next week being a bye for them. So this here could be their final game for the winter season, and they've put out a good squad to finish it strong, and it could lead them then into a strong start for the summer with some of these players looking to return.
Yeah, and summer season is always more jam-packed because outdoors finished, the players that, do one or the other come to sport, and it's always jam-packed full of talent and competition.
Yeah, that doesn't go from saying that this winter season has been the biggest one we've seen yet.
Oh, no, definitely not.
With some absolutely fantastic futsal being played across the leagues, and the men's Supa-Liga have had some amazing plays, results, goals scored, saves, all of the rest of it. But yeah, it is always the summer one where we have the longer season now with the potential of double digits in the men's Supa-Liga competition. It's going to be interesting to see how many fixtures can be squeezed in. We usually look for around 24 or so before finals, but you kind of want to play everyone twice at least.
I think so, because one game is never the full story.
Definitely not. But when the league gets to a point where it's got 16 teams potentially in the top league, you're going to be hard pressed to be able to play that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the coming weeks and the fixtures that do come out, and the teams that do spread out the talent and those players moving as well.
Well, I'm curious to see what happens going forward. Obviously, more competition means everyone has to get better, which means the league gets better, and the intensity and quality gets better. But that shot right there was definitely not better. Wilkinson with a golden opportunity to add a third before half-time, but he skied that one over.
Yeah, 1 minute remaining, and Perth Pumas have certainly turned to the better foot coming into the latter part of this first half, and having, conceded 3 very early on. It's very hard to play from there, but they've done well. They're persisting with the fly keeper. and that's working. Amar Jahel now getting a bit confident in goals. He's pulled off 2 saves for himself that have been quite good now. And he's made some good throws. That one, not one of them, but Pumas getting more confident as this game goes on. Could see them then get the win today, and AFC, take that wooden spoon that we talked about.
So, preparation night, do we have a wooden spoon for the club? Or?
I mean, if it's requested, I'm sure it can be organised. I don't think anyone really wants to be bragging the fact that they got the wooden spoon or wanting to get on stage.
It'll probably be requested by the teams that don't have the wooden spoon.
Yeah, potentially. Vesey taking some time to get back in to help defend here. Could be a moment that the AFC need numerically. Yeah, they had a 3v2. Now, good pressure we see here. Vesey's giving it back to AFC, though. AFC really trying to get another for themselves to finish this half comfortably, but haven't managed to do so.
Seconds left. Can Pumas get anything out of this last little bit? Could have an opportunity to shoot, but it's come off for Jesus.
And that is the half-time siren. It'll be interesting to see and hear what the team talk is for, especially AFC, which we haven't heard much of. We haven't been able to hear them over Gordon Tiong, who's been coaching very loudly. You would have heard it over the live stream.
On the other side,
oh my goodness, yes. We actually had to put a barrier between us and him because his voice was carrying too much across the microphone. So hopefully we'll hear a bit more about what AFC's plans are coming into this half.
Yeah, we'll just go to a quick ad break, have a listen in, and don't go anywhere.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
All right, confidence there from the coach. Ben telling his side at the very end that, high chance of scoring if we shoot at the keeper. I mean, he's not wrong there. It's not a goalkeeper, but Amar's done well. But, he's had a few little hiccups there. That was the main message at the end from Ben. And then if we also just delve into the other conversations had from their side just then, they were talking about the weak side flanker who's in defensive setup against fly keeper, not coming across quick enough and exposing a channel. So that's something that they're going to be focusing on to cover here. And we'll see that from Jesus and Yip on the other side now in their movements. Is much more quick and more fluid from the side, and Yip tucking in there as Jahel got the ball again. We see it now. So they've certainly critiqued some finer details of the defensive fly keeper. So it could save them, conceding one there.
So, but I feel like I need to see more movement from the Pumas. Like whether Jahel tucks into the middle, Lachlan tucks around, just movement to try and create space for themselves. So at the moment, with the defensive nature of AFC, who are doing well, the Pumas need to add a bit more. Well, in my opinion.
Pumas are just trying to settle into the start of this game. and just get a few good passes in there. You didn't see a lot of rotation until Finlay Alexander just sort of drove into the flankers' space and then rotated out. But we might see a bit more as the game goes on. There was a good chance there, but O'Donoghue just not getting the touch that he wanted on that one. It's seen it out. Oh, Lachlan, sorry. Jahel trying to get on the score sheet there, and we know he can shoot from that distance, so...
I mean, that must sound like it hurt, so Jesus, I hope you're okay.
Yeah. It's interesting here with the Pumas setup. We see the flanker here in Jahel. He never seems to go very high on the court, and that's something that in fly keeper in this sort of a setup you generally do see. I don't know if he's trying to play it safe, thinking that he has to run back to goal and try and save something, but ordinarily you try and creep forward. Pumas are not doing that. They're playing their fly keeper from halfway, which is very different.
I'm sure you heard Gordon Tiong screaming before.
No, I don't know. I couldn't really hear anything.
But some of the things he was mentioning was about telling Jahel to go deeper to get in behind.
Yeah, so, I watch a lot of teams play fly keeper. If we just talk about the Northern Hawks right now, they're one of the best teams to progressively move themselves forward. Whoa, my goodness, what a goal! I will get back to what I was saying because holy, my goodness, was not expecting that. Olmachuk has just shot one into that top corner. Let's see it on the replay. Caught everyone off guard. Is now
that power
level.
Was next level.
Yeah, it's not what AFC have happening here. And another one, Alexander.
Pumas are now feeling themselves.
Definitely a good reaction from Tiong's side here. And another chance then. But yeah, I'll get back to my conversation I was having with everybody about the fly keeper that we often see from Northern Hawks. Now, that is where they keep possession and the ball moving from side to side really well. But while they're doing that, they're actually progressing forward little steps at a time. They end up playing fly keeper right up past halfway and halfway down through that half. And they're all within shooting distance of the goal by the end of it. So it's very different to the way that we're seeing here from Perth Pumas. The flankers are saying deeper. We just had a shot at us as well. The Fixo saying past halfway almost. But it's working for them. Hey, I mean, it's 3-3 now. Amar takes a touch inside and shoots. That was a great save from the keeper there from AFC. That was going top corner. Jahel showing his quality. And, another chance. Wilkinson hitting that one to back post. And it's O'Loughlin there who's almost been able to get that one in, but he stopped shy of the post and it slivered through. So AFC not dealing with the pressure now.
Yeah, AFC started very, very well, but now since Pumas have got a bit of a confidence, AFC struggling just a little bit. Again, 3-3 now, and momentum's going to the Pumas, although I think Alexander copped a bit of a kick to the shin. Neves reaches up with a drop ball. Almachuk has a shot himself. Hits that one wide. High. Yip down the line to find Roth. Resets play again. I'm not sure how they set up. The AFC are somewhat setting up like a 4-0, but not doing the rotations needed for the 4-0. Fly keeper once more for the Perth Pumas. Vesey takes a deflection. It will be a corner ball. Plays for Alexander. Roth picks up. Neves. It's a 2v1. Jahel comes out. Alexander with a great tackle to stop that one from going in. Should have been maybe a first time shot for AFC. Ricardo tries to play Neves. Good first touch. He always has a proactive first touch, which I like to see. Neves to Roth. Finds McCullough. Gives an opportunity, but off the line. Over the top ball to find Vesey. Yep. Push out by O'Loughlin. Jahel now, fly keeper again. Jahel. Alexander into the hands of Singh. Singh looks to have a shot. It's a decent effort, but just wide. Jahel, fly keeper again. I think they're going to continue with it. Again, it's worked now. It's brought them back up to 3 goals. Alexander finds Wilkinson. Tries to get past 1, past 2. That's originally shooting. It's a good save from Singh, who can look to have another shot himself. Who's not happy with his own shot, but it's the right thing to do. Alexander just walking it up as Jahel makes his way past halfway. Wilkinson trying to play that to Vesey, but the pressure from Ross forced it out. Over the top, Roth with a good touch. Tries to backheel it to Bucolo, but picked up well. Foul on Roth, fouled Alexander there, although Roth didn't think a free kick. Fight there. Joel goes to pick it up. Alexander keeps it in. And Alexander doing defensive work very well. Another shot there from Singh, but couldn't get the distance on that one. Roth pressing. But pressing on his own, so he resets now to not get exposed. One nice little 1-2 play there. And it'll be a timeout from Perth AFC. We'll be back in a moment.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
They have. An interesting change here that we've seen. It is Perth AFC who have opted to play fly keeper now. Neves running it from the back, and his first time pass has been given away.
Oh, Jahel there having a shot and it's deflected, and good shot there from Neves, but it was just wide of the goal. Update now. Picked up well. Top right across though. Gubbings, decent volley. Fly keeper now being played by AFC. AFC keeping a bit of pressure. Jahel comes out as Collar. Shot though. O'Loughlin picks it up. The tries to have a shot there, which is a bit surprising from that distance.
Yeah, we've sorted it to change.
Neves looking options. Has Roth. Back to Neves. Give him a bit of pressure. Pumas defending fifth fly keeper decently well, leaving a few holes to be exposed, but
again, AFC opting to play a very high fly keeper. Perth Pumas doing well to stay high defensively as well.
Oh, Jahel with a touch on that.
Very good tackle in that final second there to see the ball out of play.
Collar just holding the ball. As you can see, Bacola and Roth are quite high, which is drawing out the Pumas just a little bit, but even still, they want to be closer to the goal. They should be trying to bypass that flanker rather than give them up space to close them down. Don't you reckon, Annie?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, there's also different ways to play fly keeper here. The AFC have actually maintained the most amount of possession thus far from playing it, but they haven't created anything, have they? They haven't gotten the ball over more than 2 meters into their half of the Pumas' defence. And when they have, it's been shut down, as we've just seen there.
It's the youngsters getting the business done. Oh,
Tiong being very vocal, absolutely. Ball being cleared there from the keeper, and we'll see Pumas now with a kick in the attacking half, and they're waiting for Amar to get over halfway. AFC now broken, and they got a shot, and Amar's used his foot to clear that one off the line, and a bit of a foul there on the young player Leon Gubbings.
Jahel's going to think himself as a full-time keeper if they keep kicking it straight at him. He's making these saves. He's feeling himself. No celebration after that save, though.
No, not in that situation there. I think, if he'd grabbed that one with his hands and instead of sending it back into play, it might have been a bit different. And there we've seen it. Gubbings, he's managed to snitch himself a goal there right at the front of goal mouth. He's read well, his positioning perfect, and the ball's found him.
As you can see, Vesey given far too much space. Gubby makes a great run into the middle. Good touch and finish into the bottom corner. From 3-0 down to 4-3 up. Don't know what to say. Pumas have done very well to get themselves back up, and AFC haven't been able to hold out, just crumbling under the pressure. Although O'Brien had a perfect opportunity there to add another.
Ball from
Gubbins
Mars found Gubbins again, and it's now Vesey who comes across, but Neves has clicked that one away. Be a very exciting last 5 minutes, I'm sure. Both teams really wanting to get the points today.
It's just a bit of confusion of whether it was a goal kick or a corner, but obviously goal kick was the way. Claims for a 2-touch there, which I think would have been correct, even though the keepers did swap out. It was 2 from the keeper. The referee, not referee, the AFC coach not happy with that one. Jahel picks up, back again. Oh, ball's been passed to me. Vesey now playing the fixer. Wilkinson has a little toe poke, takes the deflection. Did have a Lachlan there he could have passed to, which I think he tried to do a bit too late. Oh, poor pass there. Bukolo. And he's missed that. Pumas have gotten away with the lucky one there. Don't you reckon? A foul there on Neves from Lachlan. We know Bukola has a great shot. Oh, tries to kill that in the bottom corner. Had a decent amount of curl on it, but you know, it just bit off. Vesey down the line, find Gubbins. Good turn there. Set himself into a corner, and he set himself out of bounds. Oh, I'm sure you can hear the shouts of Tiong telling his team to step up and press. Wilkinson plays Jahel. Poor turn there from Jahel. Didn't check his shoulder, and now he's running back into the goals. Wilkinson telling his team to relax because, well, I mean, they are ahead. Another goal would make them more, I guess, less stressful, but it was poor defending for the Pumas. Jesus plays the ball across, find Yip, and Jahel couldn't quite get there. 4-4 with 2.5 minutes left. Let me see there. The angle wasn't cut efficiently. There was no tracking of that back post, and Yip was there to tap it in. A reset there's John Bucolo, or Giovanni Bucolo, started to run a bit too early before the whistle. Although Wilkinson trying to take a player on with no keeper, probably the wrong decision to make. And AFC capitalised from it. You see, they're just on the kickoff. Wilkinson, no need to try and take the player on there. It's left the goal mouth wide open. Timeout now for the Pumas as I've conceded 2 goals quickly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment. Kick off once more for the Pumas. I think Gordon Tiong giving his team a bit of a grilling for conceding 2 easy goals. 2 goals that were very unnecessary to concede. But 5-4 now. And Neves had the opportunity to shoot. Bacolo could have. But Perth Pumas have the ball. Alexander finds Jahel with a little toe poke, but Neves in the way. Ball's play to Alexander. Abdat. Trying to find Ahmed Shark, but couldn't quite find him. A minute 51 left. A long ball. Bacolo with his head to it, but it'll be out. Flykeeper to continue as well. Perth need to get back into this. Alexander playing Fixo. Tiong telling his team to move the ball quicker. The rebound ended nicely back to the Pumas, which I think they'll be a bit fortunate about. Ball on the line. Roth picks up. Can't get his shot across. And it'll be a Pumas ball. Minute 3 seconds left. Armachuk. Alexander. Jahel. To move the ball around, but it's 52 seconds left. They need to have some shots on goals. But that's not the type of shots I was thinking. Pressure wouldn't be had. Find Bacolo. There's where to hold up. Alexander trying to fight. Bacolo as well. Roth picks it up. Resets back to Yip. Over the top to find Bacolo. I'm trying to get the touch on it, and it'll be a corner ball for AFC. Plays it all the way back to Yip. I think they're just trying to waste a bit of time. Plays it long, but can't quite keep it in. 16 seconds left. Alexander finds Jahel. Jahel to Wilkinson. Wilkinson finds Abdat. Across. Oh, touch. Important touch from Singh to deflect it away. Finds across to Wilkinson. He scores. Left on his own. And an easy finish in the middle. You see there, left on his own accord, and a good finish. 6 seconds left with this game and 5-all. Over the top, Wilkinson gets head to it. Roth and Wilkinson with a bit of collision. There's 1 second left to this game. Neves finds Bacolo, it's a long shot. Yiv gets a head to it, and Neves shoots and misses anyway. End score is 5-5 for both teams. Again, AFC being 3-0 up, then Perth Pumas being 4-0. Sorry, I just got distracted by Luke Ross. His long hair is now gone, which you'll see in the next game. As you can see the stats on the field now, which has been a very great game. And stay tuned for the next one, which is going to be a thriller. West Coast Cobras versus Alliance. Stay tuned.